Alright, so the first thing you gotta do is loosen these strings up. One by one. Just get them loose. Take the tension off of it. Loosen them all a little bit as you go. And turn this air off. So just start loosening the strings. One by one. Get them loose. Take all the tension off the neck, strings, all that. This one really loose. This Strat has string trees, so I'm just gonna push down and pull up out of that string tree. Sometimes you may have to loosen that little Phillips head screw to get it out. This is the Yamaha, but they make really good guitars. I can't lie. I've used their basses and their guitars and I love them. For the money, for what you get, you can't beat them. So after you get them all loose, you have a couple options. You can use your string winder thing. Say I got one of the crank styles. I've got the freaking power drill style, you know, just freaking stick it on there and see, I went too far. So you can do all that and get it all loose. And you can just use your hands, kind of try to pull up on it as you go. Just keep loosening and loosening. Helps if you get on the right tuner. Loosen and loosen and loosen. And eventually you can start kind of unwinding it up here and doing all this crap. You know, and you get fighting a mess and you're trying to get it all figured out. Finally you get it. It's free. Yes, damn it. Okay, well, here's what I do. I got a pair of freaking wire cutters, dude. Back to that, tools you need. Cheap, Durabuilt, made in China, crappy wire cutters. 2 at a time, folks. Like I said, they're crappy wire cutters. Alright, so now, all you gotta do to get these out is just kind of pull. Yeah. Just untwist them, yank them out of there. You're done. And not only is it easier up here to do that, it also gets easier when you get down to the bridge side. And I'm going to show you what I mean about that after I get these crappy things off of there. Alright, so let me flip this bad boy around. So you got this first string. How cool, you're going to zip it through here, push it through, and now you get to the back side. Now, I've already removed the cover because I keep the covers off my guitars. I'm not into guitars that look pretty. I'm in guitars that work and do what I need them to do. But you may have a cover that looks something like this one over here. Well, wouldn't you know it? There we go, found it. Looks something like this, and this one's all dirty and nasty. It's been laying in a drawer. But now, when you first look at your guitar, it may look something like that. And you may have some screws in there that you have to remove. So, 9 times out of 10, Phillips head screwdriver. Just stick it in there, remove the screws, 6 of them, take them out, get that thing out of your way. My guitar, it never goes back on because I know I'm going to change strings 2 or 3 weeks later, and there's no point in me dealing with that mess. So this is, like I say, this guitar has its tremolo. The tremolo's not being used. It's all the springs are just pulled tight as they can be. You know, we're not using the tremolo in this thing. I'll get into tremolos way later. But so, like I say, you got it through the back, you got to pull it through. Now when you're pulling it through, when you get around here, move my hand, get out of the movie here. You got this curly little thing you got to get dragged through there, and it comes out pretty good. Same thing with the other one we did by hand. Same deal. Sometimes you got to give them a little force. Same deal. You get that thing through there, and you get this squiggly crap you got to deal with, and then they're all squiggly everywhere. Well, now the ones I cut, I'm just gonna grab them all. I'm gonna push them through there one by one. So you gotta give them a little push sometimes. Oh, we might have a issue. Nah, maybe. Alright, cool. We got a couple that ain't going through. It's a good lesson to learn here. Let's get the other ones out of the way. So these ones, I push them. These ones here, what had happened was, no. So they're stuck, they're not going through there. What do? Well, what you can do is you go back. You take that first string you took off. And you clip it about, you know, down here. Get it there, you know. So now you got a rod, basically. Well, you, like I say, we're doing this with no tools, no nothing. You got a screwdriver, so you just cut that thing off, push it through there, and then you can pull it out the back. It's a little stuck. Same deal here. You know, stick your E string that's pretty thick, get right up on it, and just push it, and that most likely will unstick them, and you can get them out. Now, if it doesn't, you're gonna have to go into finding. My best suggestion is Allen wrenches. Something that most people have laying around. Allen wrenches or something to that extent. Something that'll fit through that hole, but still fit through that hole with that string and that ball end. You know, something to just push that ball in the rest of the way through there. My experience, that G string or E string works perfect every time. So now you got your guitar clean and free of strings. So now you got a guitar free of strings, not a string on it. What do I do now? Well, first of all, you don't want to be a loser and a freaking just junkster like myself. You want to get this crap out of your way. Pick up after yourself. Clean your desk off because it helps you in the future. Get rid of all these old strings. Now this is the one we cut off. You know, if you ever have to change one string at a time, maybe not a bad idea to put it somewhere and hang on to it, but most likely you're going to change all your strings anyway. I suggest always changing all your strings, unless you play once a week and one breaks. Just change it, whatever, because if you're playing once a week, after a month, the guitar sounds like crap anyway, to be honest. They're like cars, they're meant to be driven. So now it's free and clear. We're going to get in, I'm going to show you how to clean it up, how to do it. We'll get with it.